Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. Workforce housing and the economy, they go together, don't they? Because without workforce housing, you don't have the workers, and the economy doesn't grow. So we're going to talk about that, but let's look at this graphic first, because here is what's coming from a chorus of organizations in New Hampshire. Reports from the BIA, that's the Business Industry Association, the New Hampshire Office of Strategic Initiatives, the UNH Carsey Institute, Stay Work Play, and the Young Professionals Network have all noted that to sustain New Hampshire's healthy economy, more workforce housing is needed. And then look at these numbers. If you don't remember anything out of this interview, these are the numbers to remember. And look at that. Vacancy rate. That means there's not much rental property available in the state. And the average median rent in the state, $1,296, and the change in rent, the percentage change overall statewide, up 2.94%. And then this, look at this. Here's the percent change in the two-bedroom median gross rent over 5 years between 2013 and 18, and you can see it by county, up, and up by percentages around the state. With me to talk about all this one more quote. I'm sorry, here we go. One more quote, and this is from Alyssa Margolian, Director of New Hampshire, the Housing Action New Hampshire. Rents have become so high that it's a wage pressure for employers. Employees need to earn $46,440 a year to afford the average two-bedroom apartment in New Hampshire. And with me to talk about this is somebody who's actually doing something about all of this, and that is Dean Christian, Executive Director of New Hampshire Housing Finance Authority, called New Hampshire Housing. Welcome.
Thank you, Fred.
Why are we having such a problem? Because this has been around for decades, as you know, with the development of workforce housing in New Hampshire, which is really key to this economy to be sustained.
That's right. New Hampshire has always had a little bit of a deficit in the development of multifamily housing. Part of it's a cultural thing. We've sort of seen ourselves as a single-family state, if you will, single-family home state. And so we've never really produced enough rental housing to meet demand. And in this kind of economy, where there's a lot of job growth, there's a lot of demand, there's very low unemployment, the demand for rental housing has gone up substantially. The production of rental housing has simply not kept pace with that. In fact, overall, we're probably producing fewer rental housing units now than we were back in 2000 before the Great Recession.
Well, as you know, there's an affordable housing fund in the state that was created in 1988 to create the need, to meet the need for more housing, but it hasn't always been funded.
That's correct.
And then the legislature passed the workforce housing law that requires municipalities around the state to make it possible for workforce housing to be developed in their communities. But not all communities are complying with that. Just talk about those two things for a moment, because those were efforts by the state to generate workforce housing, but they don't seem to be working like they should based on what you just said.
Well, I think the Affordable Housing Fund was not heavily funded for a long time. There's been a much more significant attention to it of late. In just the last 5 years, there's been significant additional resources provided to it that we've been deploying to do a variety of things around the state. So I think it shows recognition by the governor and the legislature that there is a need to invest some resources there. That said, I will tell you that in the end, it's not likely that you're going to address this problem with public money. Really what we need to do is we need to sort of unleash the private market forces here, because most housing in the end is going to be built by and paid for with private resources. And so we really need to look at why that doesn't happen. And that goes to your second point, which is regulatory impediments that make it difficult for the development community to respond to demand. Right. The workforce housing law was designed to address that. I think it does do that in a pretty effective way where it's actually being implemented appropriately. So we've seen a lot of communities change their policies. Whether they've actually changed their practices is another matter, and it's a point of a lot of focus right now by a lot of organizations.
Well, here's what you just did, and you just you just financed developments across the state. And just look at these graphics real quick. These are some of the communities where the units were created. Bethlehem, Concord, Dover, Hanover, Merrimack, Londonderry. You can see how many units of affordable rental housing has been created, and then the other list. And you can see these other communities, Portsmouth, Walpole, Ashland, Enfield, Keene, and Plymouth. you are doing your part to try to meet this need.
So together, there's about 600 units there of rental housing and special needs housing that we've supported in just the last couple of months. Over the course of the year, we'll probably do a little over 1,000 units. And that's important, and it will have an impact, but we really need to see a lot more housing developed that is, frankly, just developed for market rate purposes.
And we're out of time. Dean Christian, Executive Director of New Hampshire Housing and Finance Authority, thank you.
Thank you.